I just came to vent about the movie, bro. I was after I done watched, it took so long to get started. After I done watched it so much, I was like, I might as well try to finish this shit. This shit was bad, man. This shit was bad. Hold on. Let me add one more. I'm gonna pin this one to it. I don't know if I'm gonna keep this up. But I did not like this movie. It's making me mad. Making me mad. So originally, I was going to give the movie credit because I shouldn't have probably even gave it credit for that, basically. I was gonna give it credit. So if you ever see, like, if you follow the channel, like, you kind of know, like, sometimes I will try to, once I learn how to edit multiple of myself into a video, boom, I be trying it sometimes, you know what I'm saying? So when I first seen that in the movie, and then I see that they're going to, so why do I say that? Because Michael B. Jordan plays two characters and they're twins. And so I was going to, how do I say? So I was trying to give her credit for that because he's playing the twins. He's playing the twins, and it's going to be throughout the whole movie. So you don't see it too often, but you see it sometimes. So, like, for instance, like Coming to America in the barbershop scene, all of those whatchamacallits are Eddie Murphy. And so when you go back, you're like, damn, all of those was, you know what I'm saying, him? This on the third. And so, but that's not the whole movie. So originally, I'm sitting here thinking like, oh damn, like the fact that Michael B gonna be playing two characters throughout the whole movie, that's what initially I was trying to give it credit for. But that's a gimmick, you know? That's not gonna make the movie good. That's not gonna make, you know what I'm saying? And so I didn't want, after saying, I'm saying like, why was it bad? And so I don't want to necessarily blame it on the acting. I don't necessarily want to blame it on the acting. And so it basically comes down to the script. You know what I'm saying? The actors are only going to do what the script tells them to do and whatnot. And so I think one of my main, because like, I just went back, it's actually rated R. But if you ain't tell me that was rated R, I would have thought that shit was PG-13 or something. Cause the corniness of the interactions of the vampires, the corniness of the interaction of the vampires is like a not a. It's like a little teenager vampire movie. It's not like that. That blew me. That absolutely blew me. The humor is dry, cause you can tell. You can tell when somebody trying to be funny. It won't funny, man. It wasn't funny. The humor was dry. The interactions are corny. And so I was just like, bro, this was a bad movie, bro. And what got me was, like, after watching this, I'm like, look at the ratings. The ratings high as hell. I thought, you gotta be kidding me. The movie, I'm sitting here watching the movie, after like 45 minutes, I'm like, okay, boom. Then I'm looking, but once I'm an hour into the movie, I'm like, hold on. It's an hour left. I said, oh shit. The movie long as hell. Pause. If I gotta say that for that part. But so because I was trying to give her credit. What could I give her credit for? Like, it was those couple quotes that I was like, okay, boom, this is one. Boom, this is one. Or I thought like this little scene like was like smooth or whatever. But other than that, bro, I was just on some. I was really trying to. So one of the things that I felt like this is probably something I probably should really whatchamacallit. I guess one part that was like cool, I thought, like conceptually, like if you think about it, it started off with the lady talking about there are some people who are so good at the music that it'll conjure up spirits from the past and from the future. And so there's this one scene where the boy is singing on the guitar and whatnot, but as the camera moves around the juke joint, you seeing different eras and times of dancing and music, and like you'll see people twerking over here, or you might see some Indian dancing right here, or you see some Japanese type of shit, or you see like you see, or you might see some rock star, like as the camera's moving around and it's like a DJ would mix the songs together. That's like that part was like okay, that part was cool. Other than that, and then I think there's part like other than that, the movie is seriously. I think when I say like superficial, I think it was really like superficial, like very like surface level, like none of the stuff like this the even okay, the scenes that would make it rated R. One, they're short. They're not really provocative. They don't really this and the third. Like what made it rate the scene? Like because you can if you sit there and watch it, you know what scenes is gonna make it rated R. And the one scene that people was talking about was when the girl spits in his mouth, and apparently they had to redo that part multiple times. So that was like whoa, you know what I'm saying? And so like that apparently like, that was like a thing or whatever. But other than that, none of those scenes are very compelling or really draw you in like at all. None of those scenes really are compelling. The scenes that make it rated R were terrible. Like they're short and they're terrible and they're not very compelling at all. So that was one. And so like that was the cool thing. The cool thing was something that could have been, I guess, drawn out a little more. And I mean like conceptually to really make you think. Like whether, I'm not sure whatever she was saying was true or not. I don't know if it was true or not. But if it was like played into a little bit more something, then to really make you think like, oh snap, like is this an actual thing? You know what I'm saying? That can really make you question like what you think or believe, whatever. Like other than that, the movie, like you know how sometimes certain things are like, for instance, if something's supposed to be like set in like a country or old time setting, then It's not supposed to be set in like a country or old time setting, like the accents and shit. And so none of those really made me even feel like, you know what I'm saying, like. And the reason I partially even say this is because I had students. I had students who were actually from Mississippi. You know what I'm saying? So when you hear certain people talk, you like, oh, you can tell like they're from a certain part of the United States. So it didn't give that. Like none of the accents, voices, or none of that really gave like a country type of feeling. It just gave like they was just trying to make it like old timey, maybe kind of sort of. I don't know. That wasn't fleshed out enough for me. Like even just accents, You didn't feel like you was in a country. You didn't feel like you was watching a country movie, even though it was supposed to be in Mississippi in the 1930s. You didn't feel like you was watching a country movie. Yeah, I guess you're gonna have to watch the movie. I guess you're gonna have to watch the movie to understand. And maybe people got different, taste or. Because I'm trying to figure out why people would say it's a good movie. And maybe people, I don't know. Like when I really, if I could sit there and be like, if I could show you the scenes, because you can't really take all this stuff. But if I could show you the scenes and the interactions and be like, this is corny. Like you're not gonna tell me like, oh, this is really believable or scary, or it wasn't scary, it wasn't fun. Like, and so that's another thing that's like that'll get you with the jump. Like, if it wasn't gonna be that, like, because movies gotta have some type of humor, but if it was, the humor was dry. It was just a dry movie. It was a dry movie. And so it's like, why talk about it for so? Because I really gave it 2 hours. Now, and I guess this is like a spoiler alert. The best part of the movie was the end of the movie. Because, I basically said like this. The shorty that he was talking to or whatever, she basically gave him a hint like, yeah, somebody waiting for me on the other side, and they're waiting for you too. So basically, you figure out what she meant by that. That was like the coolest part. And it had one plot twist. And so that's just on some, because you understand like, okay, the movie about to end, and then you're like, oh, well, this is how it's gonna end. Like, it had one plot twist. The one plot twist was the fact that the KKK was still present, and it was coming back to get him. That was it, bro. I wanted to come up here and, I don't know. You be like, all right, is the movie gonna get good? When is it gonna get good, the movie? And then it's like, oh, this is what it is. Like, it ain't getting good. That's at a certain point. At a certain point, you realize the movie not getting good. The movie not getting good. But you so far in the movie, so it's like you gotta finish it. The movie was not good, bro. The movie was not good. But I sat there and watched it. I was like, all right. I was really expecting to say like, all right, this side of the movie is that. I was like, I don't know. My expectations were too high. So I don't think it was a good vampire movie. I don't think it was a good movie in general. And if you take out If you take out the sex scenes, it's a PG-13 movie. It, there's nothing about the movie that is necessarily anything. There's nothing about the movie that's necessarily anything. Oh, I don't get it. Yeah, I just couldn't. It's some I was really waiting for the movie like to get good, but I guess I should have known. Maybe I'm a little desensitized. The first little jump scare like type of little things when the snake was in the whatchamacallit, that shit didn't even. I was like, that's when I should have known. Like, oh hell no, this shit about to be not scary. I should have known. I should have known. I should have known, but that movie was not scary. And the fact that it won't scary is then like, oh, it's just a regular ass movie. And on the basis of being a regular ass movie, I need to figure out why and how the fuck niggas thought this was good. I need to figure out why people thought this movie was good. Cause it won't. There won't no way, bruh. Like, man. It was corny. It's a corny vampire movie. And I don't know if people was trying to give it, decent ratings because it's a black movie. I didn't have no sympathy for that. No. None. It was so cool. Even the parts that's supposed to be like heart-wrenching, like, oh no. I was still like, bro, I'm ready for this to sing the end, bro. That jump was whack, bro. It was drawing it out. It didn't have to. Oh, he's drawing it out, bro. It didn't have to. Cause I'm actually trying to think of like good vampire movies, bro. What's gonna make it good or whatever. Like what would make a good vampire movie? Cause all we ever talk about is Blade. If I say vampire movies, Blade comes to mind, and then Dracula 2000. Blade and Dracula 2000. The only movies that come to mind. Van Helsing, I don't remember it too much. I can't remember. I cannot remember, bro. That's a role Michael B. Jordan should have turned down. That's a role Michael B. Jordan should have turned down. Cause you gotta understand, like, if you an actor, so for instance, Denzel, he had the opportunity to be in one movie, and Denzel was like, I'm not being in this movie because of what it portrays. I'm not trying to be like that. Like, I don't want to be known for that. I don't want my history, my career, none of that to be known like that. So Denzel turned that movie down. Like, that's because, and I was just talking about this earlier, if we talking about like, we had a solid core of black actors, but it's like for a new generation, who's our like good actors or whatever. And it's like Michael B. Jordan is one of them people that like he's in movies that people like and people like the movies and whatnot. So I'm trying to figure out Michael B. Jordan had Lori Harvey. Like, I don't care if people thought that was a publicity stunt or what. He was with Lori Harvey for a minute, bruh. So like he like as far as like new age actors, Michael B. Jordan's supposed to be the one that's like that. The other boy who played in because Michael B. Jordan played in that too. Uganda, Black Panther, Black Panther movie. You know, his name is escaping, but he passed away. He was supposed to be a good actor. Like I don't know any of like the new age black actors, bro, that are good. Because Michael B. Jordan's supposed to be one of those people. He was supposed to be on the fringe of like, oh yeah, he's supposed to be like a staple, like legendary type. But I'm not putting him up there. I'm not doing that, bro. I haven't watched Creed. But maybe I need to watch that to really understand. I can't. Off the top of my head, I can't even think of a movie this nigga played in, other than Black Panther. No, he played in something else. He definitely played in something else. I don't know. He's not. I'm just not. For my opinion. I'm not putting him up there as like no legendary staple type of actor. But I think society has him like that. I just can't believe it was highly rated. I just can't. That shit, when I say highly rated, 92%, 8.1 out of 10. I couldn't believe it. Rated R? I was like, I thought this shit was PG-13 the way this shit. I was like, fuck this. You gotta be kidding me. Like, the sex scenes in it, they don't do nothing for the movie. You could have took them out. You really could have took those things out and just made the shit PG-13. I don't understand how, because the other thing that made me watch the movie was Ryan Coogler, I think that's his name, who's the director or whatever. I don't even know he's getting, whatever. They interviewed him, he was getting praise and adulation. Why? I'm gonna see what somebody else says about this movie. I'm gonna go watch somebody else's review. I'm gonna go watch somebody else's review to figure out why they thought this shit was good or. You shouldn't be. But because I gave it such a bad rating, that might be like, yo, is it really that bad? Bro, this shit was corny to me, bro. That's something I keep saying, bro. That joint was corny. $2 hours. I want my time back. If they would have showed me one vampire scene, that's what I might have to go back. I might have to pull it. Nah, I done close it out. If I could show you just one vampire scene, you be like, oh, okay, I see what you're saying. Just one. Because it's like, how do I say this? Every person that got turned into a vampire, their personality changed, and it was straight corny. I don't know what that was about, what was going on, but every person, like, when they turned into a vampire, their personality changed, and it was straight corny. Why you talking like this? Why you doing it? And it was awkward almost. It was awkward almost. Every vampire interaction was just like awkward. Like their lines. That's why I gotta blame it on the script. I don't want to blame it on the actor. I'm gonna blame it on the script. Whoever wrote that script should have been burned. I don't know how you get. This makes me feel like I should write a script. But the thing is, I feel like I have on my channel, like, said things that could very well be in a movie. I could write a way better script, bro. I could write a way better script. It might be up to me. Might be up to me. But see, another thing I think, see, a movie that I think is scary is like No Country for Old Men. I like the psycho thrillers. I like the psycho thrillers. So it's gonna be up to me, man. I gotta save the movie industry. I gotta write a movie script, bro. I gotta do this. I gotta put the script together. I gotta put a good scary movie together. That's what people really want. People really want a scary movie. Well, I guess I gotta watch more scary movies. But that movie wasn't scary. Let me just say that. It wasn't scary. If you're going, that movie was not scary. The movie was not scary. It's a vampire movie. How is it not scary? It was a regular ass movie. And so that's the part about it. If you just like, you sitting there like, okay, this shit not scary. Now it's like, okay, well, what the fuck can I give it credit for? For being good at what? I don't know what the fuck he got praised for. That's the point I made. Because then it's like, okay, what's the plot? And the plot is them trying to open up a juke joint. That shit sound like The Color Purple to me. What's the plot of the movie? Them trying to open up a juke joint? It just happens to be vampires that crash the party. I don't know if you can tell, but I'm disappointed, bro. I'm so disappointed. You know I'm disappointed. Cause it don't deserve it. I was like, it don't even deserve it. That's how you know I'm mad. That's how you know I'm mad. The movie didn't even deserve. It's like, fuck it. Bro. I have to blame the script writer. I like the low budget horror movies trying to figure out how they made scenes is better than the actual movie. Yeah, we're gonna have to bring some of those back. There was a movie, I forget what it was, they just didn't pull it off well. But the fact they tried, it was like, that's what made it cool. It was, I forget the name of the movie, but they tried to make it, it came out like within the past 10 years, whatever. But it was supposed to be like an 80s type of movie. And so it was like supposed to be like an 80s thriller, but it was shot in like, so I'm like that was like, it was cool in that sense. Bro, I don't know. We're gonna have to do, oh my God, bro, when I tell you, I'm gonna put some stuff together. I can make a better scary movie. Jason and Chucky. So it's like, now the thing about Jason, right? The thing about Jason, I get, it's a couple of them I get confused, and there's one I don't even know his name. Okay, because a whole bunch of them wear masks. They all wear masks. You got Jason, you got Michael Myers, and there's another person. I don't know, I forget who the other person is. And then with Chucky, like Chucky is scarier than Chucky is scarier than this Sinners movie. I never watched Tremors. They dragged the tire bird in a trench by a truck instead of CGI. It's like, you gotta appreciate that, huh? The effort. You gotta appreciate the effort. Man, I'm telling you, bro, like, there's, and I think that's another thing of a reason why I'm like mad is because what that to this point right here, with like Chucky or Freddy or like Jason, even something like who's the one who just walks around and don't run and just be and swiping people? It's certain movies that are just the element of scary is how is can just be some relatable shit. Like Chucky's a doll. And then, you know, sometimes you know what'll frustrate you in a movie? What will frustrate you in a movie is when somebody does something that you be like, why did you just do that? Why would you say that? What is you talking about? That's what I was going on. You was like, bitch, if you don't shut the fuck up. That's what made me, she about to, it's like, cause if you put yourself in her shoes, you was like, all right, you clearly understand that if you go outside right now, there's mad vampires out there, you have no way of doing anything. So, or just the one John, they gotta pass around, they had to pass around a onion just to make sure, all right, everybody in here gotta eat the onion. We gotta make sure that nobody in here is a vampire. So, of course, the one girl, she don't wanna eat the onion. So everybody like, oh nah, is this gonna be you? Da da da, whatever. And then she eventually just eat the onion and she just go. But then they come to the dude, and then he start acting all funny and shit. But it's not even like, when he does it, it ain't even like, oh man, is he a vampire? That not one point I was like, oh yeah, he might be a vampire. No. He was like, no, I'm just drunk as shit and this and the third. Like, he played it off like, and that's just another little part. It's just like, all right, see, just as corny. Like, none of it was like compelling. None of it drew you in. None of it was fucking believable. Yeah, the movie was unbelievable, and not in a good way. The movie was unbelievable and not in a good way. It was literally like, bro. That's like, bro, what the fuck is this? What's going on, man? You can make you can have, bro. I'm trying to tell you, you can have little kids write this script, bro. This script was terrible. I, minus and even because like the sex scenes were like that, like they're not really nothing. Like they really do clip off and go to the next one. So, but I'm saying even if you skip those parts out, if you could have a little kid watch this movie and not be scared. A little kid could watch this movie and not have nightmares. No, you need to be having nightmares, bro. Cause that's what, like, if a scary movie's not rated R, I know it's not scary. That's just me. Cause it's just certain things, it's certain boundaries that you gotta push to make the shit scary. That shit was rated R. I'm saying, like, huh? Why? Too sensitive. This generation. This generation's too sensitive. For me, bruh. For me. Yeah, bro. If you watch a movie, it ain't gotta be about jump scares. It don't need the jump scares or nothing. You should just be like scared to go to sleep at night. This shit should be playing with your mind. Maybe I'm too cerebral. But I tell you, that one part, and this is how it's, you know how some people, they'll watch something and then they be like, oh, you know her hair changed? And it's like, you know that for a fact, like, that's when they stopped recording, the people left, and they came back to reshoot the scene. The one, and this is like what hit me later on in the movie, the first vampire that you're introduced to is during the daytime. So how, at the end of the movie, when the sun come up, he just burned up in flames? He wasn't in flames when y'all first introduced him, during the daytime. It don't make sense. That right there, that right there would just blow, that right there would blow the fuck out of you. It's a vampire. You're introduced to the first vampire of the movie during the daytime. At the end of the movie, when the sun come up, he burned up. Bitch, the sun was up when we first seen him. SPF 200. It's the 1930s. It's the 1930s. This John was, I think there's another movie called 30 Days of Night. 30 Days of Night. Is that the one where I think they're in Australia or something like that? And this and the third. That's a better vampire movie. I'm not gonna say it was scary, but it's at least scary enough to make you like you're in, like you, setting wise, mentally, you try and put yourself in the scenes and this and that third, like, that's one thing. So like with 30 Days a Night, I think it's 30 Days a Night. Yeah, it makes sense, because I think somewhere in Australia, not Australia, Alaska, where the sun is not about to come out for a long time. That just like that type of setting, like, oh shit, like these niggas in this movie was like, we just gotta wait till the sun come up. These niggas in 30 days, they was like, bro, it's gonna be dark for days. That's a whole nother shit. Like, bitch, you gotta survive for days, a whole month. These bitches, all they had to do was wait until nighttime. Wait until the morning, and so that's, so 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 it's like, I don't know all the vampire lore, but they have this thing of you have to invite the vampire in. If you don't invite the vampire in, they're not coming in. They're not whatchamacallit. So, for instance, one boy, we clearly knew that he's about to be a vampire now. He went to go use the bathroom. They jumped on him. You know what I'm saying? But they didn't let you see it happen. He was just using the bathroom. He heard some whispering in the woods. It cut the scene. Okay? The next time you see him, he like, just ain't there, just ain't, let me in. So this what she say. Why you asking to come in? Your big ass could have just walked in here. You security in this and third. Why you asking to come in? You acting weird. It's like, okay. And then they had this whole little every vampire interaction was weird and corny. Bro. Yes, I don't know about the vampire lore, but apparently you gotta let them in, and that was the whole thing. That was the whole thing. And then as far as like the whole, so you know that this person has feelings for this person, and they have to kill them. All of those were just. I was like, man, you don't get this over with. I didn't feel nothing for none of them. The movie didn't make me feel like, yeah, what, okay, like, when I say that, it's on some, and I Am Legend, when he killed that dog, oh, bitch, I was like, oh, shit, he about to kill the dog. You about to kill your dog, bro? Like, you like, oh, shit. I had no feelings about none of that shit, like. And they be trying, and that was the thing, they was trying to make you feel some type of way. Even the logic, because you know on the whole, okay, for instance, it's a husband and a wife. The husband gets turned into a vampire. The whole, all of those, anybody who's supposed to have feelings for another person, and whatever the other person was, I'm trying to say this so that you understand what I'm saying. Two people have feelings for each other, but one of them has to kill the other one because the other one's a vampire. And so the vampire is saying whatever to pull on the emotional strings of the other one, who's not a vampire. The stuff that they're saying to pull on those emotional strings were whack. All that was whack. I'm so mad about this movie. So mad about this movie. Feel free to watch the movie yourself. It's 2 hours and 17 minutes. If you want to skip the first 45 minutes, do that. Because the first 45 minutes is setting up the whole thing. And then it's like, oh, okay, here's the we're getting to the vampires, we're getting to, and that's how I know, like, and this is why I'm blaming the script. Because once it got to the point of, we just have to wait till nighttime, that's literally all you have to do. I mean, we just have to wait till daytime. That's literally all you have to do. So there's really actually, so how do you add extra tension from here? You really don't. That's why the rest of the shit just made up. So it's just like, all right, let's get over with this. Like that's how I'm on my movie director shit. So I've thought about this, right? If you're gonna make a movie, there has to be like some type of driving plot, like it's something that keeps you invested to see like, oh, does this person make it out? Just whatever. There has to be some driving plot. That right there, when it hits the point of the movie and it's all we have to do is wait until the morning, a logical person is like, yeah, that's literally all you have to do. And it's like if you put yourself in, if you was to actually put yourself as any of those characters, it, it's just like, yep, that's all you gotta do. And so that's why that literally kills the plot for the rest of the movie. And that's supposed to be like one of the biggest parts of the movie. Like that kills it because it's like, there's no reason, if that's all they have to do is wait until the morning, the logical person says, that's what I'm gonna do if I wanna live. But now y'all wanna do something different. So now it's just like, oh, this is retardum. That's what kills it. Because it's not something, it logically does not pulling you. Logically, you're like, yeah, y'all don't have to do this. Y'all could have just stayed in the house and just waited till the morning, and then that would have been it. That kills the whole plot. Because logically, that's what a person would do. If we were all stuck in the thing, right? If we're all in a barn and all the vampires is outside and they can't come in unless we tell them they can come in, I don't give a fuck. I ain't let nobody in. I would live. Ain't that what we all say? I would live. I'll have like shit. My brother, he done. There's no emotional strings attached. Fuck that. The nigga's a vampire. That's it. They I'm in the moment. I'm not taking too long to think about it. I don't give like. Yeah, I understand. Like that's your wife, but once you see that she's dead and she's a vampire now, I ain't opening this door. I'll walk out in the morning. If you ain't burnt up, hey. But that's it. I'ma live to see another day. All right, so yeah, I'm gonna go look at some other reviews. I'm gonna try to figure out. Right now, I'm going to try to figure out why other people thought the movie was good. I want to hear other people's takes on this. I have to have an unpopular opinion.